Only 1 in 16,000 athletes gets a professional contract. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how to become pro as a swimmer, but in this video, I'm gonna show you 10 things that I did that helped me go from an unathletic kid to a professional triathlete and excel in my swimming. I'm Lukas Siska, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Number 1, use equipment. A lot of people think that when they swim, they just have to swim mindless laps without any equipment, without using time or anything else. They just go up and down. But actually, in swimming, there are valuable pieces of equipment that can actually elevate your feel for the water, increase your reach, help you catch more of it, increase buoyancy, and so much more. It's important to take advantage of this stuff. With equipment, we can learn how to swim properly. We can learn how to swim better. And if you're not using swim equipment right now, you're missing out. The best swimmers in the world, from Michael Phelps to Caleb Dressel to Katie Ledecky, they all use swim equipment in their training, and for good reason. Here, I'm gonna show you some equipment that is probably the most basic and most valuable to you. If you don't have this in your swim bag, you better get some now. The very first piece is very basic, but a little bit unique. This is something that helps improve your feel for the water. And the great thing about it is you can use it anywhere. I take this on all my travel trips. I can do it at a hotel pool and keep my swim consistent. What a great piece, and so cheap as well. The Tier Swim Belt. Next, what we want to use are some swim paddles. Such a great tool for improving feel for the water and power. I personally like to keep the strap around my finger, as you can see here. Great for learning the proper technique. Fins are something that help your ankle flexibility and of course power in the legs as well.
The last piece of swim equipment that everybody must have in their swim training is a pool buoy. I prefer the Finnish pool buoy because it's sturdy, it's bigger, and the purpose of the pool buoy is to help your legs float so that you can focus on your arm technique. So again, this is another piece of equipment that puts your body in the proper position so that you can feel the proper technique.
I will share links in the description to all the equipment that you need. Yes, if you use the links, it will support the channel, so thank you. Number 2, increase your buoyancy. Of course, if we're more buoyant and more floaty, swimming becomes more effortless. But how do you do that? Well, we have some special tactics here at Siska Training Systems that will teach you just that. Guys, you need to realize that in swimming, to become the most buoyant, you need to be operating under the premises of being extended to the max at all times. Because the more extended we are, the more buoyant we can become. When we're extended, our back half just rises right to the top. How extended do we need to be? Well, look at this pull-up bar. So in the water, you need to imagine that your body is just hanging from a bar like this. Gravity is pulling you down. And what does that do with your shoulders? I mean, look at my shoulders right here, right now. My torso is completely extended. That's how you need to be in the water. Now let's go take a look at what that looks like in the water.
So we're gonna do a drill that I call the Superman drill. We're gonna first do it on the wall. I want you to hold on to the wall. I want you to extend your body as much as possible. We want his chest to dip in. His shoulder blades are gonna dip in, so we open up his chest. And with him being fully extended, the more you stretch out, his back half will float to the top. Okay, so we're gonna try it on the wall first. We're gonna hold the wall, stretch out your head, relaxed in between your arms, and then we're gonna push away, try to hold that position and keep ourselves back. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay? All right, let's see if you can do it. Yes, pretty good, pretty good. I just want you to try it one more time. Extend your body a little bit more. Extend those arms just a tad bit more, and we can get those legs to rise up even more. Make sense? All right, give it a try. Yes, that's much better. Notice how his shoulder blades are totally flat within his body. That's what we want to see. And immediately you could see his hips rose right to the top. Excellent, that was much better. Did you feel it that time?
I felt my feet coming out of the water, yeah.
Yeah, see, he can feel that buoyancy coming right to the top. All right, that's excellent.
So number 3 is building on number 2. Just like we talked about the importance of being extended when it comes to getting more buoyant, in freestyle. You need to remember that in swimming in general, you need to be more flexible. It's important to increase your swim flexibility so that you can grab more water and just be overall more efficient in swimming. If you don't have swim flexibility, you can't even put your arm in the correct position to pull the right amount of water. If you don't come from a swimming background, you probably have weak shoulder flexibility. And that means that you're pulling way out here instead of right here with your head in close proximity to your shoulder. When you're right here like this, you can get your arm in the right position to grab that water correctly. I'm gonna show you some quick stretches that you can do every night that will increase your swim flexibility. Do these consistently and your swimming will improve immediately. Simply do the streamline stretch that you see right here, go from one side to the other. Then we want to go into the Michael Phelps stretch to increase our flexibility in the shoulders further. After this, we want to go down and stretch our shoulder blades, get that full extension so we can have that stretch and reach that we talked about. Then you want to get on your ankles, increase that flexibility there so we have a powerful kick. These guys are going to help you swim faster. So now this takes us to number 4. We want to have perfect reach so that we can have an optimum rotation when we pull in freestyle. So guys, as you can see a pattern here, we're building on each other. We talked about perfect swim flexibility, of having your arm in the right place so that you can reach maximum water. But then how do you know how far you can reach before you over rotate? Let's look at something simple that we can do on land first that will teach us how to have perfect rotation in the water. One of the easiest ways to establish perfect rotation is to do it on land first. What I want you to do is to stand shoulder width apart, stand up straight, stick your arm out right in front of you. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna rotate to the correct length without over rotating and without under rotating. So just stretch out as far as you can without moving your legs. This, guys, right here is what you wanna do in the water. When you do this in the water, you will be maximum rotated without over rotating. Because if we over rotate and go like this, that's when the wiggle and the snaking starts coming in. And the same thing, if we under rotate and we just stay like this, we're full frontal, creating all kinds of drag. So remember, stand straight, use your arm to just rotate to the max without moving your feet. Let me show you how that looks like from the back. I'm gonna rotate and go like this. And you can see my other arm right here is already ready to jump into action. And that, guys, is a simple way to establish perfect rotation on land first. Now let's go do it in the water.
And guys, if you want to know your true swim potential in this moment, I want you to take my quiz and we'll give you a score to let you know. Look in the comments below, click the link and find out.
So now the next step, number 5, is implement strength training. Guys, yes, swimming is a power sport. It requires a lot of power from the core, from the lats, from the chest to pull maximum water when you swim. The more powerful you are, the more water you're able to pull and the faster you can be. So let me talk about some simple strength exercises that you can put into your training week that with consistency will boost your swimming very quickly. We're gonna start with just making the catch strong with this exercise right here. Bring it into the elbows only. Then after this, we're gonna roll into going all the way down. Keep the elbows high, pull through just like we saw with David Papavici. We're going from one exercise to the other. Next, we're gonna focus on the chest. We need a strong chest by doing these pec flies that can develop our power in the water as well. Then we're gonna bring in the shoulders. You cannot swim freestyle powerfully without shoulders. This exercise right here is a simple shoulder one that can really develop the rotator cuffs. We wanna pull more water by doing pull-ups. Let's pull up and bring in the lats, the back. That's what we want. So now that we've talked about the importance of implementing a strength routine into your schedule, I want to talk about your training schedule in general. One of the biggest things that I see a lot of swimmers do, especially lap swimmers, is that they just swim mindlessly and randomly. The biggest thing to plateauing your swim performance is just swimming random. With my athletes, I like to show the importance of a training system. I mean, guys, my whole business is called Siska Training Systems because without a system, you can't unleash your full potential. You need to have a specific training week that is training all the energy zones. Also having easy and recovery days scheduled as well. These 3 workouts must be included. Otherwise, you're just not gonna go anywhere. The 3 types of workouts that we need are threshold, VO2 max, and speed endurance. When you have these three types of workouts systematically planned into a training week, sandwiched by just base volume, you're gonna elevate your swimming to something else. To tie all the flexibility, strength, and training regime together, we need to do one more thing, and that is increase our feel for the water. Increasing your feel for the water is crucial. And how do we do that? There are several different ways, and I'm gonna show you a few right now in the water. So guys, now it's all about grabbing maximum water. And I find that when you stand up like this and just try to move as much water as you can from side to side with the correct firmness of the hand, wrist, and fingers, you can really establish that feeling of grabbing water. And now try to bring it more into what it would be in your stroke. Keep a high elbow, catch the water with firm fingers and hand, and pull that water back towards you. Feel the water rushing onto your body as you pull it towards you. Then, of course, we want to start doing it in a motion of moving forward. Here, I'm pulling the water as much as I can, but only bringing it to the power position of the high elbow and then stopping and returning to trying to catch. And when you do it with double arms, it just kind of simplifies things. Now we're going to go past the power position and pull all the way through. Grab maximum water and just push it back. It's all about grabbing as much as you can. And notice that in all these drills where we're moving, we're keeping that body straight and aligned. Number 8. One of the easiest ways to increase your swim performance is to pay attention to your swim nutrition. I often see swimmers mindlessly swimming for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours at a time with not taking in any nutrition at all. Did you know that after 45 minutes, your glycogen levels significantly deplete? That means the amount of sugar that's in your blood. You need carbohydrates to keep that engine revving. You know, some people think, oh, I'm just not in shape enough. That's why towards the end of a workout, I just start feeling crappy. Well, that could be true, but another reason might be is that you don't have any carbs in your system. So let's talk about some nutrition tactics that could take your swimming to the next level. We wake up at 6:15 and go straight into our pre-swim routine. I want to get some water with 25 grams of protein just to lay the foundation down for a solid day of good nutrition. This will help my muscles as well. I always like to have a cup of black tea in the morning just to give a little kick, but not too much. And I want to put something light in the toaster that's not too heavy on the stomach, so a couple of Eggo waffles will do the trick. A little bit of butter on both sides, and of course, a little bit of jelly. Make sure we get it nice and spread evenly. I like to look at my YouTube comments, have a cup of tea, and eat those waffles before the swim. And we're just about ready to head to the pool. Knock out the swim with 25 grams of carbs during, as well as Scratch electrolyte drink. Get back after the swim, jump in the car, and there's a protein shake waiting for me. Also, depending on how hard of an exercise day I have, there could be waxy maize mixed in. Today, it's just protein and almond milk. When I get home, it's all about getting the carbs in, some corn flakes, some granola. I like to mix some fruit in there. And then let's slice a banana in there for some potassium. And we're gonna take some whole milk and fill it right to the brim. I also like to add some peanut butter powder just for some extra protein and flavor. We're talking a high calorie breakfast and I'm good to go. Number 9. This is something that is very easy to do and will definitely increase your swim performance. And that is, don't try to do everything by yourself. You know, back when I was training and trying to get the most out of myself, I always tried to swim with somebody that was better than me. And I always tried to train with somebody that was better than me because I knew every time that I trained with that person or with that group, I would get maximum quality out of myself. Guys, you can do the same. Join your local masters club. Get a coach. Join us. We can help you get faster. It's so important to help you become the best swimmer you can be. Don't try to do things alone. Finally, to tie all these things together, to make everything mesh, you need to stay consistent, and that is my number 10 rule. Guys, even if you have a bad training plan and do things that aren't completely correct, if you stay consistent with it, especially if you're new to swimming, you're gonna get better. Of course, eventually you're gonna hit some walls and maybe you're gonna need some extra help. That's what we're here for. But in general, if you stay consistent with the training plan, you will improve to a certain point. So how much more will you improve if you're training correctly? You've got to stay consistent. You've got to be patient with yourself and just keep at it week in and week out. Thank you so much for watching to this point of the video. I love helping you in your swimming. Stay with us. We've got some exciting things in store that will enhance not only your swimming, but your performance in general. Stay motivated, stay with us. If you want to see some stuff that can really help your swimming, check out this video. And if you enjoy that, don't worry, there's more to come. We'll see you next time.